Well, today we thought we'd tell you about our windscreen. So let's show you the problem first. It starts here, the crack that is, not the windscreen, and it goes all the way down there. There's like a little, you can feel it with your finger here, and we think that's what happened, is that a little chip there, and then as it's been left in the compound, and it's been hot and it's been cold, and it's just spread. And I'm afraid it's a bit more than your usual autoglass repair. So we're going to tell you a bit about the tale of the last 3 weeks and where we've managed to get to in 3 weeks. They've identified the windscreen. More of that in a minute. Tell you a bit more about this windscreen, because it's not an ordinary windscreen. We've got sensors in it. They do things like the adaptive cruise control. There's rain sensors, and the whole screen is heated. And as I'm here, I can actually see very, very fine lines in the windscreen, which is the heated windscreen. So no ordinary windscreen, and not that easy to replace. So now let's show you what we've had to go through computer-wise. It's just a good job we got the Starlink to actually get to where we've got to, which, as you've seen, is not that far. So come with me and I'll fire up the computer. Well, it all began, not on the computer, we'll come to that in a moment, began while we were sat on the ferry. We'd only just got on. In fact, it was just pulling out of Guernsey. And we got an email from the guy that washes our van. And the wording of the email is, "Do you guys know your windscreen is cracked?" Well, that was a bit of a shock. And it was accompanied by a video. And he showed us the crack. So we were going to be away from the computer, and in fact even from phone reception, for quite a while as we crossed the channel. But when we got into port, the other end, one of the very first things I did was ring our insurance brokers and got them onto the case. And they very quickly, in actual fact, so it's not all been slow, very quickly the first email from them straight onto the insurers themselves was at 3 o'clock-ish on that very same afternoon. And they were asking the insurers, what do we do about a cracked windscreen on our Carthago? So the very same day, well, in fact, within 20 minutes or so, they were asking for a description of the events. Well, we didn't know what had happened. I mean, we've surmised a bit more since, but at the time we hadn't a clue. Copy of the estimate. Well, we hadn't got an estimate. We'd been on the ferry, and photos of the damaged windscreen. We hadn't even seen it yet, although we did send them the video that Pete sent to us. So at least we got things underway, and they got on to the specialist motorhome insurers that they use, Victor Millwell, asking them for what was required. And let's take you forward a bit. By Tuesday, we hadn't actually got very far. We came over on the Friday. Okay, there was a weekend in between, so it took till Tuesday for the description of what had happened to get through, to explain to them that hadn't been an estimate and that we understand that there is a specialist line. Now, on the Tuesday was Alan's operation. It was also the hottest day of the, hottest May day on records ever. And so we asked the brokers to help us to get onto things and sort it. And apparently it has to be dealt with through a particular glass provider. So more emails later, still on the Tuesday, and I was doing this while Alan was under the knife actually. So I used that time usefully. And we were copying in the dealers, and the dealers were really very helpful. And they were the ones that told us what normally happens. South Downs, our dealers, have obviously got experience of this, although I don't think it happens all that often, but they have done it before. And so what they explained to our brokers, because I'm not entirely sure they had done it before, was that the customer had access, contacts the insurance company to report it. Done that. And then the insurance company either recommends or instructs the windscreen company to perform the work. Now, at this stage, we didn't realise, although we do now because I've read the policy, that it has to be done through one particular windscreen replacement company. In this case, Autoglass. But Autoglass don't do these. But it still has to be dealt with by the recommended provider, the one recommended by the insurance company. They then contact a Carthago dealer and request a quote for the windscreen and also the removal of all the trims and things that go around the windscreen. So there's things like the blinds and all the interior trims and I guess all the sensors and things like that. And so Carthago, the dealer, has to provide a quote for that, and that goes to the windscreen company, and in turn that all goes back to the insurance company. And then the customer is responsible for paying the bill for the removal of the trims, unless the windscreen replacement people include it all in the same estimate. Anyway, we haven't got that far yet, so we'll come on to that in another video. So we took lots of photos, we responded to everything we were told, and still we weren't getting anywhere. Well, by the 1st of June, we hadn't got very far at all. I chased our brokers. We were tearing our hair out by this stage. Remember, we'd become aware of it on the 22nd of May. And our brokers came back and they said, I quote, "I've tried to file a claim over the phone, but I've been advised it had to be done with Aviva directly. I've emailed them for urgent instructions." That was on the 1st of June. I wasn't very pleased. And on the same day, the dealers came back and they still hadn't been contacted by anybody either. But they had come up with some sort of an estimate for the work that had to be done. And apparently the blinds need to be removed. They couldn't see how the windscreen company would be able to cut the upper parts of the windscreen safely. Only the windscreen company can definitively confirm whether they can proceed or not. And if their specialist agrees they can handle it, then a quote from the dealers wouldn't be necessary. However, if they agreed with the dealers, then they'd need to formally request a quote. So far that hasn't happened. But they did say they estimate it would be nearly 12 hours of work and it would cost £144 per hour. That's of course plus VAT. But they're still waiting to hear from the insurance company to initiate the process. Well, I'd had enough by this stage. And so I went back on to the brokers and asked them to urgently confirm that they'd been contacted and that all the information had been passed on to them and what else did they need. I got a response back to say that they've now been put on notice and they'd get back to me once they hear, and they've said that they'd noted the urgency. Another 12 hours or so passed. We're on to the following day now, and I read the policy and it said that there had to be Autoglass. Why has it taken until the 2nd of June now to even say to us that it had to be one company? Beyond me. Anyway, we continue. The glass claims with Aviva are notified over the phone, according to our insurers, but they've been unable to do it. Hence the notification via email and the note that it was urgent. But they said they were unsure whether the repairers were part of Autoglass, and if it wasn't part of Autoglass, the value is limited to £3,000, and South Downs had already told us this is more likely to be around 10. So, more time passes. the next contact is not until the 4th. And apparently they'd had a lengthy call with the insurance. Now this is after I'd been on the phone twice that morning, holding on, leaving messages. But anyway, eventually they came back and they're saying they were pleased to confirm that the windscreen claim had now been successfully registered. It's the 4th of June. This had happened on the 22nd of May. And that the approved glass supplier, whoever that was going to be, had advised they would be in contact directly within the next 24 hours to discuss the next steps. And they'd been provided with the details of the dealers. So I thanked them and waited. And yes, waited, but I didn't get a call. On the afternoon of the 5th of June, I got an email, this time from Auto Screens, which apparently were the approved windscreen replacement company. And Mark from Auto Screens said to me that he'd just received an inquiry about our A-class windscreen and that they would be dealing with it. And then he said, could we please advise if the windscreen's heated, whether the car or the vehicle, or should I say motorhome, was left or right-hand drive, any sensors, any of the measurements, that would be helpful, he said, if we could measure it from top to bottom and side to side. I mean, come on. I'd already supplied the VIN number, photographs, all the information, and then I get an email that expects me to measure it from side to side.
And take responsibility.
And take responsibility for it.
Not a chance.
Absolutely no chance whatsoever. So I replied and I said, yes, the windscreen's heated and does have all the sensors, lane change, adaptive cruise control, auto braking, rain sensors, etc. The full spec can be obtained from Carthago via the dealers, South Downs, of which they should have already been informed. I did supply the VIN number, so this should be easily obtained. I continued, I cannot help with any measurements as it's curved, and I can't be sure I would be right. However, as you will have seen from the photos sent, it's a Carthago part, because I actually photographed the serial numbers from the windscreen. And it needs to be ordered via a dealer to make sure it'll be the right one. I look forward to hearing from you. And believe that you have the contact details for South Downs, but have copied them in just in case. What more could I do? So, by now, 6th of June, D-Day. Yeah, sure it was. He then comes back to me and says, can I, and this wasn't till the 8th, please can I get the full registration? It had been quoted in the subject line of every email, and I guess it's just because it's a Guernsey reg, it doesn't have any letters in it, it's just numbers. It's taken him 2 days to ask the question. What do you mean? Do you want the registration? And I've said, as it states in the subject line, it's a Guernsey registration. It came back with a one-liner, thanks. So, more time passes, now on the 10th of June. Dear Mark, what's happening now? Oh, on the 10th of June I got quite a quick response. I'm waiting for glass ID. What? So I go back, what do you mean? South Downs dealers should be able to get this for you. As requested, here is a photo of the VIN plate, even though they'd already had the VIN number. And also, as you appear to be having identification issues, I also attached the registration document. What more could I do? Still nothing. By the 12th of June, I'm chasing again. Mark, can you please let me know the position? It's now been 3 weeks since the crack was discovered. We need to get the screen on order. I'm told it'll take around 2 months. To help, I have copied you in, to help, I said, I've copied in our dealers so you can make direct contact. No response. Dear Mark, further to my email this morning, I've heard nothing further from you. This is most urgent and I'm very concerned at the lack of progress. Please let me know what is happening and how long this is going to take. So I then also forwarded that to the brokers and said, could they please help? Could they do something to actually progress matters? And they did come back to me and said they were sorry, but, they would try and chase it. But my email obviously worked. So this is yesterday, Friday, the 12th of June. And they came back and said, we're just waiting on the price authorisation. Glass has been identified. Oh, well done. And once I have it all authorised, I can get it ordered and you'll be able to confirm the dates. So that's where we stand. 3 weeks in. Not good. Well, good job we're in one place. But we've only got a week left here. We've been here for 3 weeks. We've got one more week left here. And then after that, we've not got that far to travel. So everything should be okay. But this has been one of the things that we've dreaded ever since we first decided to buy an A-Class. But I don't think it should put you off. But it is obviously a big issue. They may not all be the same. I mean, this is not that common a van, although you do see them all over the place, and everybody must have the same issues. And what would we be doing if we were on a touring around Europe? What if it had happened while we were away over Christmas with 2 months in Spain and France? I don't know. You just kind of get over these things, don't you? But we just thought we'd show you how far we've got in 3 weeks. Although I guess if it hadn't have been for Alan's operation, I might have been a bit more on top of it and pushed it a bit more. But I'm not sure it would have got me any further. And we'll keep you advised as we go on. And come with us every step of the way. And God knows how long that journey is going to take.
And comments below what they think about the situation.
Yeah, please do comment below, because if any of you have had a similar experience and know roughly how long it's going to take, I have to say the dealers have been very helpful. They've said they'll make their workshop available for the Autoscreen people to go and actually fit the windscreen. But we really, at this stage, don't have much of a clue as to where we go to from here. And it's not as though we've got rubbish insurers. They're a big company, but we'll let you know how we get on. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that's been helpful, although we haven't reached a conclusion as yet, and we'll keep you posted as we go along, as I've said. But for now, if you did, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Please share this with anybody else that's had a similar experience. And as Alan said, please do let us have your comments. We can all learn from other people's mistakes. So, for now, we'll catch you on the next one, which hopefully is going to be something that we're doing as opposed to something we're either moaning about or just sitting around. But for now, cheers.